Average little sister harvester. Average little sister rescue. Meeting a fellow Bioshock fan. Finding out they harvest little sisters. Using the normal pipe in Bioshock. Using the fancy swirly pipe in Bioshock. The upstairs bathroom. The downstairs bathroom. Bioshock fans be like, we're getting big Bioshock vibes from this. What the USA would look like if Amazon paid taxes. Duck splicers. All my homies hate splicers. Me every 6 months. Bioshock. The collection. Shut. Here we go again. Don't be silly, you can't hear pictures. That's cute, but I'm not ready to be a dad. At your service, my angel. Mario the plumber gets into trouble yet again when he crashes into the ocean. You have to plumb stuff. I don't really know what happens after that. I got scared. This is a review for Bioshock. Sinclair. I look a man in the eyes when I give him my word. You and me, kid. We are going places. Let me die free, man. Atlas. Would you kindly? Now, if you don't call that family, I don't know what is. Police officers examine an early fidget spinner prototype, 1912. New vigor leaked from Bioshock 4. What I played. What I expected. Another random FPS lol. What I got. There's always a man. There's always a lighthouse. There's always a tragedy and darkness. When Trump says injecting disinfectant could kill crown virus. Clorox. How it started. How it's going. This was a really good game. Bioshock. This was a really good game. Bioshock 2. I think I need to take a walk. Bioshock Infinite. I've reached 300 meters under the sea. The pressure here is immense. All the cool kids do plasmids. All the cool kids you say. No gods or kings. Only thick thighs. Shotgun. Pick up. I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it. POV. You're a splicer, and I'm out of ammo. The perfect place doesn't exist. No man or man. Only monkey. What it feels like playing with Bioshock 2 immediately after 1. Look at me. I'm the big daddy now. Just finished Bioshock Infinite. Good game. It is. Played it when it came 2 or 3 years ago. Bruh, game it's 7 years old. Why libertarian snack? Bioshock. Why Democrat snack? Bioshock 2. Bioshock Infinite. Why Republican snack? We all should be able to accept the fact that some people's favorite Bioshock game can be 1 or 2 or infinite, instead of arguing over why the other's opinion is wrong. It's just making the sub a toxic place. Welcome to Rapture. We have beautiful corpse art, armed civilians, Big D Daddy you woo, blood collecting children, shockingly recess vending machines. I was watching Joker and I saw the Circus of Values clown. When you turn crazy and ugly, but you can make sparks with your little linger. Plasmids. Teacher, there are 5 senses: sight, smell, hearing, taste, and touch. Me, I can hear pictures. Teacher, you can't hear pictures, silly. Me, circus values. If you have ever eaten food out of a Bioshock trash can, then do not worry about what is in the Cupid vaccine. Pear, health. Pineapple, health. Empty. When you decide what game to play, after all, why not? Why shouldn't I replay it? Dude, I can like shoot lightning and stuff. Me playing Bioshock 2. I've only had Elena for a day and a half, but if anything happened to her, I would kill everyone in this room and then myself. Me playing Bioshock Infinite. I've only had Elizabeth for a day and a half, but if anything happened to her, I would kill everyone in this room and then myself. My son just started playing Bioshock, and I found out he harvests little sisters. How do I cope? Tiny detail, but you can actually see the little sister's shadow while they riding on your back. Shark Tale, 2005. Bioshock, 2007. Bioshock fact number 3. It takes place underwater. The choice is yours. Harvest, rescue. If I had a nickel for every time I was shot in the head in the opening scene of a game in 2010, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Trade offer. I receive 160 Adam. You receive being saved. These new vigors are getting out of hand. Today I will create an uncapped paradise underwater. Average fictional woman fan. Average whale enjoyer. The moment you finally get a vaccine. Atlas, steady now. Your genetic code is being rewritten. Just hold on and everything will be fine. What city would you rather live in pre-collapse? Rapture or Columbia? Adopt. Harvest. Are you gonna take me home, daddy? Harvest. A normal person who accidentally bothered a little sister. The perfect snowman sculpture doesn't exist. My last girlfriend didn't call me during sex, but my name in her phone was Big Daddy. So weird. Maybe she just loves the game Bioshock, and you happen to have a big drill for a hand, and make angry whale sounds. First game. Hell yeah. Second game. Young lady, put some clothes on. You are not going out dressed like that. Bioshock Infinite pioneered 3D animation pun. What? All the Overwatch pun on the internet wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for Bioshock Infinite. Blender went through multiple innovations because people were honey over Elizabeth. Jess, what the hell are you talking about? Other games bring you back to the last save or make you restart the level, deleting all the progress you made so far. Bioshock. Were you killed? Sadly, yes, but I lived. Good morning to everyone, except the Bioshock concept artist who drew this image of a Big Daddy without a helmet. Playing the Bioshock trilogy for the first time. Expectations. Bioshock 2. Bioshock. Bioshock Infinite. Reality. Bioshock. Bioshock 2. Bioshock Infinite. No, says the man in Washington. It belongs to the poor. No, says the man in the Vatican. It belongs to God. No, says the man in Moscow. It belongs to everyone. To the guys that feel nothing when they harvest, how about now? Harvest. Rescue. Just imagine the amount of beef these two would have had they existed in the same universe. The illusion of free choice. There is no epic boss battle against the songbird. I like quacking in Bioshock 1. Let's try quacking. Never again. You guys always act like you're better than me. Bioshock to philosophy classes. Cynic. Idealist. Progressive. Conservative. Objectivist. Collectivist. Doing a blind playthrough of Bioshock. It's been wonderful so far. I gotta tell you. This is pretty terrific. Vox immediately after Booker's doubt. Dewitt, martyr of the revolution. Dewitt was a hero. We just couldn't see it. Father, what caused you to become such a monster? I felt bad for killing minorities, so I decided to double down and become a super recess. I think we all know where that submersible actually ended up. Silver eagles lying around altars and shrines. Booker, don't mind if I do. Atomic heart. Singularity. Harvest sisters. Or draw 25. Andrew Ryan vs Sophia Lamb in a nutshell. Eating plastic so turtles don't have to. Eating a straw to prove turtles a parasite. Bioshock Infinite beginning. Bioshock Infinite ending. Booker vs Slate in a nutshell. I don't want to fight you, Slate. I wouldn't want to fight me neither, Tin Man. Give me all of your slug syrup now. Please don't take it from me. Me wife is pregnant. Adventures in Ayn Rand's underwater Disneyland. Bioshock Infinite walked, so Overwatch could run. Booker who doesn't know. Booker who knows. Every masterpiece has its cheap copy. Exactly what business do you have in here? Says Elizabeth disappointedly to the player when going into the ladies' room. It's like that kind of blood orange. Blood orange. She's so pretentious. Shut up. It's ducking red. Blood orange. Big Daddy. Large father. Oversized male parent. Damn it, my balls itch. Hello Booker DeWitt from Bioshock Infinite. Hello Doomslayer from Doom Eternal. No gods or kings. Only Shrek. POV. Stanley Powell's talking to you. Load of barnacles. When me and the homies are having an urge, but we forgot to put our socks on. Columbia's Guy Yest Quartet. Bioshock. Bioshock 2. Me. Girls don't want boys, girls wanna be called boyo by Atlas. Jack seeing the Big Daddy for the first time. I'm gonna end up having to fight this guy, aren't I? Quick, turn on your radio. A second bathysphere has hit Point Prometheus. POV. You enter Fontaine Futuristics. L plus ratio plus who asked plus no Adam plus you are not even an utopian. Plus skill issue plus no daughter plus you fell off plus IP address 213.79.69.233 plus died 10 years ago. Plus POV. You are a walking tin. Plus cringe plus touch grass. Me wanting to replay a game. That part. How I feel doing a Atlas impression. I have a very particular set of skills. We all make choices, but in the end, our choices make us. Andrew Ryan. Bioshock. Bioshock Infinite. I hate escort missions. Look over there, more ammo. This is awesome. A man chooses a simple days. No gods or kings. Only fans. Boys bathroom. Girls bathroom. Random needle on the ground. Yeah, I'll inject myself. Why not? Do you know the difference between a man and a simp? Looks, coochie. No. A man chooses a simp of days. Me inadvertently zaps friend with static electricity. How my hands look in the middle of my power trip. Me in Bioshock 2 when I deal with a little sister and hear a high-pitched screech. Oh peep. Me playing Bioshock and seeing a Big Daddy with a little sister. Jimmy the child. Handyman. Bouncer class Big Daddy. Bioshock 2. You're weak. Bioshock Infinite. I'm you. Subject Delta after coming back from the dead and seeing Dr. Lamb. Bonus dire stuck boy. Judge, this report says that, instead of putting your hands on your head and putting your head on the car, you did the Macarena and proceeded to stripe tease in front of the officer. Can you explain your reasoning for doing this? Me. A man chooses a sleeve of days. Splicer. Once I get him Adam. Delta. I'm gonna stop you right there. Elizabeth at the beginning of Bioshock. Elizabeth at the end of Bioshock. Saw this. When you accidentally touch your soul. Reminded me of this. Free superpowers everywhere. Only one guy uses them. Dad, I found a boyfriend. So, I love him so much. I have no daughter anymore. Playing any game in the Bioshock trilogy, you now have an emotional attachment to this surrogate daughter. Me, I thought this was a diesel punk shooter. Bioshock, do you promise to love her? Me, I don't think I'm your target demographic. Bioshock, your daughter is now in mortal peril. Me harvesting a little sister for Adam. The rest of my family. When you realize that she is Booker's daughter, my reaction. A cat chooses a dog obeys. Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga. Clifford the Big Red Dog and Bioshock Infinite fanfiction. I hate Bioshock Infinite. Patrick later calls it Booker's coffee. Me stealing it. When you beat Bioshock Infinite and sees that Booker is Comstock. Only Bioshock 1 is good. Bioshock 2 is a bulk sheep of the series. Bioshock Infinite snacked. All Bioshock games are awesome. My mom when I grumble nonsense behind her back. Treat and sound. It's my second playthrough, so you know what time it is. Harvesting season. Wait till she shoots it by telling Booker first. Later shoots up a whole army with Elizabeth. That moment you realize they stare into your soul. Emily and Booker do not approve with anything. I ended up blowing a house up. Find out Emily Elizabeth did it. Mark Joe Star with his family and friends exist. Mark gone solo in Bioshock Infinite Columbia during the World War IV when the Bolsheviks on ISIS arrived. Plays the Josuke Higashikata Part 8 theme. When you get a vigor for the first time. Later drink Titan goes insane. Elizabeth throwing Clifford at Booker. Catch. When I want something to keep, but it's a dog. Throws Clifford the big red dog at Booker. Bioshock is better than GTA 5. Change my mind. Me playing Bioshock. Clifford the big red dog. Bioshock Infinite. Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. When 2K and Scholastic work together, they're the same picture. Elizabeth from Bioshock Infinite and Sarah from Days Gone sound like. Both are voiced by Courtney Draper. Elizabeth found a tear to Days Gone. Bioshock 1. Bioshock Infinite. Columbia. Birdwell Island. Booker DeWitt and Emily Elizabeth. Playing Fortnite. Playing Bioshock the first time. Beating Bioshock. What do I do with my life now? Guess I'll play Fortnite. When you beat your meat while playing Bioshock. My full plans. The Delta variant. Girl, you don't know what it's like to lose something you worked so hard for. Boys. Games don't teach. Cites all historical, philosophical, etc. references from Bioshock. And how their kids learn on tablets with mini games. No gods or kings. Only man. Steinman, an intruder? He's ugly, ugly, ugly. Look at you, hideous. Poor Jack, who's already having a really bad time. Trust nobody, not even yourself, not even yourself's self. Bioshock 2 is just Steampunk Doom 2016 with escort missions. I don't get the hype around Bioshock Infinite. Other than maybe the plot, which was on par. 1 and 2 were superior in every sense. Mom, call your friends, so you can go have some fun. My friends. Am I dead? Not yet. But you will be, unless you come with us. Never forget what you are fighting for. Burial at Sea. Bioshock Infinite. I'm Bioshock 1. No you ain't. Shipping Booker and Elizabeth on my first playthrough. It's revealed she's his daughter. Shoulder never smoked that shut. Now I'm stuck in the Comstock House Insane Asylum. When you finish Burial at Sea, Bioshock Infinite, but starts thinking about it for 5 seconds. Plot holes. Me on my first playthrough of Bioshock 2. Please don't hurt me. Me on my second playthrough of Bioshock 2. There are those who killed Lentley. Driller killer. Walks into the room. Calls you a slave. Orders you to brutally murder him to prove his point. Ducking ice. Fallout and Bioshock fans when some old Ace music starts playing. I broke Bioshock Infinite. Complete Bioshock 2. Get the good ending. Sophia Lamb doesn't die. What the duck is this bullshit? Bioshock 2. Remastered. Bioshock Infinite in a nutshell. Get out of here and let me keep being a steampunk communist. Lol, get blended and thrown 10 feet in the air. How half of the Bioshock fans are Bioshock Infinite. If they ever made another Bioshock game, I think it would be cool if they did a sort of Outlast thing. Play as an investigative journalist or deep sea explorer who gets stuck in Rapture. I'll be honest, I'm bored of Skyrim, so I'm doing this now at least for a while. So can I beat Bioshock Infinite without vigor? Please, if it's not too much trouble, would you kindly? Gamers now. I got these games for Nintendo Switch, but it doesn't run in 60 FPS. It's not in 4K. No, it's literally unplayable now. Gamers then. I got Call of Duty on Nintendo DS. Yes, this is Call of Duty, best video game ever. When nobody asks you to explain the lore of Bioshock 1 and 2 to them, or how Delta could still be alive. Years of academy training wasted. The entire plot or story of Bioshock Infinite was made up by the dev team like 6 months before the actual game came out. Prior to this, they had no clue what the story was going to be and were just showing off cool concept art without knowing how it fit together. Tell your craziest conspiracy theory that will get you like this. Psych ward. Replaying Bioshock 2. You know, the game where little girls get squidnapped. Was not ready for Epstein between an Arby's roast beef curtain. Seeing Netflix making the Bioshock movie knowing they're gonna ruin it. Bioshock. What the hell are you? Netflix. Doubt. The Back from the Dead to Redeem Myself squad. Never snow skiing. That shut again ended up at the Bioshock McDonald's. Netflix announcing they're finally making a Bioshock movie after cancelling development of their first attempt. Netflix, good to be back. Bioshock fans, this ain't gonna be good. Bioshock fans seeing Netflix make a second attempt at a Bioshock movie. Bioshock, what are you doing here? Netflix, you mean it's not obvious yet?